Spencer?
Yeah, Shane?
Is your middle name Oscar?
It is not, but I'm going to legally change it to that, yes.
Well, my middle name already is Oscars because I live and breathe this stuff, bro.
2025 Oscars coming at you. Here are predictions.
Let's go. So, yeah, we're doing our game again this year. We're doing our Oscar prediction pick'em game. Do we want to lay out our rules as we have done them before?
Yes. I want to, as the reigning champion, I will lay out the rules. No, so we do this a little different. We don't just pick. We try to make more of a game out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll use, I have my little sheet here. I'm just going to go ahead and use like best actor as the example for how the scoring works. So within every category, you get 3 points. And you can split those points between a 2-point pick and a 1-point pick.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I'm just going to use Sebastian Stan as my example. I can either put 3 points on Sebastian Stan, 2 points on Sebastian Stan, and then 1 point on another actor, or 1 point on Sebastian Stan, 2 points on another actor.
Right.
It essentially gives this ability to like try to play the odds because there's a couple categories this year that are incredibly close, like there always are.
Yeah.
So this gives us the opportunity to kind of see how cocky we are with our picks. The other rules, that you get 1 wild card pick that is worth 3 points that you can put on any category as long as we both agree that it is kind of an outside shot.
Yes.
So that
can 1 wild card pick is worth 3 points.
Yes, worth 3 points. So essentially, if there's something where you're like, there's an outside shot that this person wins or that screenplay wins or that actor, whatever.
Yeah.
There's an outside shot to it. If Shane and I both agree, then we can throw our wild card pick on there. Has a wild card pick anyone ever gotten them in the years?
I did. I picked what was it? It was Bong Joon-ho, Parasite. I picked Parasite for Best Picture. We thought it was such an outside choice to win that it was allowed as my upset wild card, and then it won.
And I will say, like, for an upset wild card, it can be like the odds are bad, or it can be something like that where like an international feature had never won Best Picture. That
it was not the favorite going in. It just was not the favorite.
That by definition makes it a wild card to me.
Yeah.
Like it's so there's certain like loose rules on it. But as long as you and your group agree that it's okay, that's fine to have.
Yeah, as long as Spencer okays it, it's
as long as
vice
you
versa.
DM me directly and I run it by me and Shane go into the council room and confer on this, then it will be okay.
Yeah, go to the large map table and start moving our pieces around.
The big board.
The big board.
I would love to do this just once where we do it like a war room. Like we have an episode where it's filmed like a war room.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I have taken it over the years varying degrees of serious.
Oh, yeah. I have had years where I'm taking it incredibly serious and then years where I didn't even play because I didn't know anything. Like, I don't think I played in 2020 or, well...
You didn't play the second or third year we did it when we were just doing it for funsies, which I won that year. I won the first year, you won the second year, you didn't play the third, I won. And then I think you and I have essentially just ping-ponged every year we've played.
I think so. I think you're on a 2-year streak, though, I think.
Did I win? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
No, because we didn't play in 2020 because it was 2020, and I don't think
but
any
you
of us
won.
felt like
That would
doing
mean
that.
you would have won in 21 and 22. I don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. It does not. It could not matter less.
No, that's how little we joked about getting like a Lego Oscar built and passing it back, so that whoever wins that year gets to hold it.
I could give you one of my best Halloween costume awards over here.
That's actually really a fun idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think before we get into the picks and stuff, how do you feel about this year? We talked about it a little bit, and I told you, I was like, have you done any research?
I'm going to need you to describe what you're talking about, because I've seen some like little things here and there, but nothing like, I mean, like, look, I know a lot about the Emilia Perez drama.
Yeah.
I know there's something about The Brutalist happening. I don't really know exactly what.
So going into this Oscar season, the biggest controversy essentially was that Emilia Perez got like 13 Oscar nominations for a movie that I think widely held is not very good and potentially a little offensive in how it handles its subject matter.
Yeah.
And how the people in the movie went about making, or like specifically the director went about making it.
Interesting.
But push that aside. Then comes out that movie is a controversy landmine. It is littered with it. But the other thing is the Brutalist used AI for more than one thing.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of controversy about Honora not having a intimacy coordinator.
Oh.
So it feels like this Oscar season has been everyone's PR agents took the week off and just let them say whatever they want, and it's getting insane.
Is a intimacy coordinator like necessary? Like, is that like a thing that isn't required by like the actors union or something?
No,
like
it's not. It should be required. But here's the thing: the reason why why that's kind of a lame controversy to me is that Mikey Madison was the one who said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one who was like, I'm fine. I don't need that.
Yeah, like if every performer in the scene are consenting to the fact that this is to consenting to the setup of what's happening, then I don't know. That feels like a fake controversy.
It is such but it's just this weird run of like every time, like people have been so lit up about all of these things. It's just a strange year already based on what's been nominated.
Yeah.
In what is the favorite, and it's like there's certain categories where I'm like, I cannot believe some of these people are as far back statistically as they are.
Yeah.
It's shocking to me, but it's just been a weird year, and not my like. There's more this year that I think we're like that's a snub than in a lot of previous years.
Yeah,
there's always some, but this year the fact that Emilia Perez got nominated for like the fact that Denis didn't get nominated for director.
Yep.
But I can't pronounce his name. It's a very French name. The fact that he got nominated for Emilia Perez is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like it's anyway. So let's just, I guess, hop in unless you have any other thoughts or prefaces.
I would love to hear a person within the trans community talk about their experience watching Emilia Perez and their issues with the movie, because I think that's like where a lot of the issues stem, is just like how that is portrayed within the movie and how some of that character is written. Now, that being said, it's like performed by a trans woman, so but that person is not also without their own controversies. So.
Well, I was gonna say that's where most of the controversy comes from that. I think I absolutely agree. I would love to hear people's take on it, like within the community, because I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, why was this way, and why it's just a strange. And I also think it's the fact that the director came out and was like, I didn't do any research. I knew what I wanted to portray this as.
Yeah.
And you're really, just like,
it feels
you're not
like
even from Mexico. Like you're not part of the culture. Why would you not do research?
No. Yeah.
And then some of the things he said about Mexican culture are also like, whoa, dude.
I haven't heard that.
I won't repeat it. I'll tell you off pod.
No,
it's rough.
I think I can picture it.
Yeah, it's not good. Anyway, so let's just hop in. Where shall we start?
Let's go. Let's start from the bottom and go our way up. So we'll start with visual effects. Visual effects. The nominees are Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Spencer, what is your pick/picks?
Oh, I'm trying to find it on my sheet. There it is. Okay, I have a paper sheet. I have the letterboxed ballot is what I printed off to take my notes and stuff. I have the What Is Us official
ballot. I've got the silver screen Psyche official ballot, sir.
I gotta put that. I put it in after I do. I take a lot of handwritten notes. I did like 4 or 5 ballots, kind of narrowing it down. I take this too seriously. It's fun for me.
I did it in like 30 minutes last night.
Yeah. I think this is honestly, of the categories, I think this is really solid. I can't think of a major snub that happened.
Yeah.
Here, but for me, I'm kind of going all in. I think this is where Dune 2, where I'm putting all 3 of my points, is going to get a lot of its love.
Yeah.
Is in some of these technical ones, with varying degrees of winning those. But I think visual effects is just going to win. It's some of the most undeniably seamless visual effects. But if something else won in this category, like say Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes happened to win, I wouldn't be mad about that.
If Better Man won, I would have an issue. But I'm just kidding.
Did you see Better Man? I haven't seen. I've heard it's good.
I have not heard that.
Like if that one or Alien Romulus, I don't know. It has good VFX and bad VFX.
Yes, it's got one very big bad VFX, and then everything else looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Yeah.
But Dune, that's where I'm putting all my points. I'm
Same.
assuming that's where you're going as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all on Dune. Yeah, Dune is my number one pick.
This will be a very interesting year to see how different we are and how much we split versus don't split. Because like
I've got a
I
few
think I split more
splits.
than I did last time. But
yeah,
not
you
as
didn't
many
split
as I
at
have
all
before.
last year.
I had like 2 that I split last year. I was just like, I'm in.
Yeah, I've split a few. I've got a few splits. There are some races that are just like incredibly close that I don't know enough to make a call on.
Yeah, quite a few this year that were just shocking.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next on our
Next,
list
we've
here?
got costume design. The nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I'll kick it off this time since you kicked it off
All right,
last time.
You kick us off on this one.
I did not split, and my top choice is Wicked. I think I think there's a lot of love for this movie, and I think one of the things that I think is rightly really well appreciated is the costuming. I think this is like maybe not the most like Oscar-y Oscar choice, but I think Wicked's gonna take it this year. I think it's gonna have like a little bit of like that Blade Runner, or not Blade Runner, that Black Panther kind of vibe where, don't get me wrong, Black Panther deserved all of the things that it won, but I think it'll have a little bit of that like fan push to it in a way, if that makes any sense. I think Wicked will take it this year. What do you think?
Same thing. All 3 points on Wicked. I do kind of wish it was like I love Nosferatu's costuming.
Yeah.
Like there's a big part of me that like wishes it would go to something like that, but I do think this is where Wicked's gonna win.
It's like I just appreciate how fun the costumes are in Wicked. Like they're all and they are just great. Like the costumes are just great in that movie.
Yeah. Totally agree. No tea, no shade. I just I loved Nosferatu.
Tons
and I
of
wish it
tea,
was
tons
getting
of
more
shade.
Love. Yeah. Oh, completely. I hate every person who liked Wicked, including myself.
And me, and Megan, and Breck.
Yeah, and literally everyone, because I haven't heard anybody really not like that one.
You'd be stupid. You'd be crazy to dislike that movie.
Yeah. Anyway, what is our next category?
Next, we've got makeup and hair. The nominees are A Different Man, Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked.
This is a tough one because, again,
You think?
a lot of good. Well, I think it's a tough one based on the Academy sometimes does crazy things.
Yeah.
To me, it should across the Substance. That's what I'm putting
It's The
all of my
Substance.
points on.
It's The Substance.
The hair
Is there
and makeup
any
in that
world?
movie- well, there's a world in which the Academy does something insane and gives it to like Amelia Perez or Wicked, but if it's not The Substance, it's not a real award.
Now, I haven't seen Amelia Perez, but is there anything makeup and hair wise that is anything like in The Substance? Now, I haven't seen The Substance either, but what I know of that movie is going to win makeup and hair.
It had better, and if it doesn't, I will scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. Feels as if it should be pretty standard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think So I think we're both in agreement on The Substance for that one. Next one, we've got Original Song. The nominees are El Mal from Amelia Perez, The Journey from The 6888. I've never heard of that. Like a Bird from Sing Sing. Mi Camino from Amelia Perez. Never Too Late from Elton John. Never Too Late.
This is a funny one because they're not performing any of these at the Oscars this year. If that tells you anything about the lineup.
Whoa, I
Yeah.
did not know that. That's crazy. They do that every year. That is a staple.
Yeah, so it's not happening this year. They may do some kind of like during the opening musical number. They may play a little bits, but they're not doing full performances. They cut them.
Why? Do you think there's some potential of just like showing the clip from the movie?
I think they will show maybe a little bit of a clip because they were originally also going to do the Big Five thing they did last year, where like 5 former winners from that category come out and present.
Are they not doing that?
And they're not doing that this year. I
really liked that.
I really liked it too. So many people hated it. I
really liked
it's
that.
like Sean Fennessy talked about it on the Big Picture podcast, and he was so excited they dropped it.
Oh, I liked that. He's wrong. That was a nice
He is
thing.
wrong.
That was really nice.
He is wrong.
what's your
My turn
pick?
to drop.
I think
it's-
I don't
it's
remember.
El Mal from Amelia Perez.
Yeah.
All three. That it's so far and away the favorite.
Yeah.
And I
Same.
know, so that's again pretty easy. A lot of these categories we have completely agreed on, all of them so far. So we'll see where we start.
I think at
deviating.
the top we'll start deviating. I think all this stuff down here is like, I don't know, like pretty much all of this feels like a lock in a lot of ways. We'll see how we feel as we get.
There's a
as we get-
couple in the like big five where I'm like, man, this is kind of a brawl to see who's gonna take it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the air on a lot of those.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
what's next up?
Original score. The nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. I could say their names, but I can't pronounce half of them, so I'm not going to.
The fact that Dune 2 was disqualified from this is insane.
I didn't realize it was disqualified.
Yeah,
Is it
there
because
are
it's too
certain rules
similar?
where you can't. Yeah, because he uses too much of whatever the percent may be, too much of a percent of the score of the first movie to qualify, and it's like no,
It's a
it
part
it
two,
should be,
like-
it should win and it should whatever. But
Whatever.
what is your pick on this one?
I've got The Brutalist. That's my only pick. I haven't split. My top choice is The Brutalist. I haven't heard any of these scores, except for Wicked.
Have you seen the trailer for The Brutalist?
No.
Oh, fascinating. Okay, mine is The Brutalist. The like repeated motif in that movie like made me transcend time and space every time it happened.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than look in a lot of these I would be pretty happy. Conclave I would be happy. The Wild Robot I'd be happy. Wicked I'd be, you know what I mean? So this is not a high stakes one for me in terms of I really want this to win. Not too much to say on that one.
Not too much to say on that one.
Should have been nominated.
Yeah, there are a lot of these that are, again, like that just feel like complete locks in terms of like where the favorites are and who's won already. Like it feels kind of easy from that perspective. But
Completely.
next up, we've got production design. The nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked.
All right, I'm up on this one. Just what a lineup, first
Yeah.
of all. Like, oh man, what good production design we had this year when you
Yeah.
put it as these are the nominees. Again, I think this is going to be a bit of an Oscar choice. Like, it's going to be one of the ones that is really. I think it's Wicked. I'm putting 3 on Wicked. But it's one of those categories I would just be so happy for whichever movie won.
Yeah.
Because it's such good work done this year.
Yeah. Same here. I put all my number one choice is Wicked. Cause it's great. It's beautiful. Like the work that they've done. Like I'm so pleased of how much of that movie is like practical, that they're on practical sets with practical things and you can really feel it. And like, it would be so easy for that frickin' movie to make everything green screen. Well, not green screen. But to make everything
That took me a second. I got up.
to make everything a screen, but
Yeah,
luckily it isn't, and it all just looks really great. I think the production design in that movie is beautiful. But again, I would agree with you on that. Like Nosferatu, Dune Part 2, of the movies that I've seen, phenomenal work, and I think any of these are deserving.
Conclave has the for all the issues with the Catholic Church, their aesthetic, not one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've been in complete agreement this whole time. I'm very excited to see where this splits.
We're gonna get so wrong.
Yeah.
Every single one we're gonna score like 6 points each.
It's gonna come down to us like splitting separately, like opposite one time, and that's how this is gonna be decided.
Just wait, I've got some splits coming up, so we're having some.
What do we got next?
Next up, we've got sound. The nominees are A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
What do you have for us?
For this one, I've got Dune Part 2.
Same.
I mean, that movie sounds phenomenal. Like the audio work is absolutely phenomenal. it's like I feel like this often goes to like big action movies and that kind of thing because there's just so much to do. And I feel like musicals are often chosen as well. Now we've got a few musicals in this lineup, but man, Dune Part 2, just the sound editing in that movie is absolutely phenomenal.
Like I think they're going to justify not having placed it in really any awards contention for some of these bigger ones. You know, not even nominating for director.
Yeah.
Not even being in the discussion for picture.
Right.
By giving it a couple of technicals, and I genuinely think it's deserving of every technical it wins. You know what I mean? It's if nothing else, it's a technical marvel.
Truly.
Like just such a wonderful movie. Anyway, so I think we're in agreement there. So what's next for us?
The next one, we've got film editing. We've got Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked. I'm tired of saying those same names. It's the same names in every freaking category.
Let's mix it up a little.
This is my first split.
It is my first split too, so we're going to see how we decided to do this. From all of my research, these are such a deadlock, they're about 50-50.
Yes.
So I am splitting. I am going to put 2 on The Brutalist and 1 point on Anora.
Oh, okay. We've got a completely different split on this one.
This is where it's going to come down. This is going to be the deciding category.
My number one choice, so my 2-point choice, is Conclave. And my 1 point second choice is The Brutalist.
Okay, so if Anora wins,
is very popular for this category. I feel like Anora is going to get its flowers in other categories. And this will be a different. I don't think they're going to triple crown Sean Baker, and so I think they will give film editing to somebody else.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating thing coming up. Not
to say that I've chosen Anora for all of those other categories where Sean Baker is nominated, but I don't think Sean Baker's winning editing.
Fair. Look, I can understand that. So we'll see. I mean, The Brutalist has the advantage of being very long.
Yeah.
So let me get you put 2 points on Conclave and 1 point on The Brutalist. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. The Brutalist is just very. I mean, all of these are pretty well deserving. Amelia Perez, maybe not. But the rest of the, it's watch it and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, it's so easy to get to. It's on Netflix. I have had less than no interest on,
and I can't blame you in any way because it's not anyway.
Just like I didn't see it when it like came out, you know. So it's like part of it is just like the only thing I know about it are the issues, you know. So it's like really hard to want to dive into that
to spend
I know
the
it's
2
not,
hours to watch that movie. Yeah.
I had a coworker tell me to watch it because she really liked it, and because I had talked about how much I really liked Wicked, and she was like, "Oh, well, if you like musicals, maybe you like Amelia Perez." I really liked Amelia Perez, and I was like, "I've heard a lot of people hate that movie."
Yeah,
she was like, "What?"
Here's
she couldn't believe it.
Here's the thing. I don't have this like burning hate for that movie like a lot of people do, but I'm amazed it's as popular as it is. Like that's kind of where I come at this from.
I agree. And I haven't even seen it.
Anyway, so yeah, for me, 2 points on The Brutalist, 1 point on Anora for editing. We'll see what happens.
All right. We've got our first big difference.
If film editing comes down to being the deciding factor here,
we'll see. I've got some other splits, and I think and some other weird choices coming up. Next one, we've got film. Oh nope, I almost said film editing again. Next one, we've got cinematography. We've for the nominees are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. This one's mine.
Yeah,
it's The Brutalist.
It's The Brutalist.
It's The Brutalist.
Man, I'll tell you,
it's The Brutalist. Like
that movie's beautiful. It is like shockingly gorgeous. It's so good. And especially for how cheap it was made for, and the fact that the AI wasn't used on that stuff.
Okay, what was the AI used on? This is the first I've heard of this.
So the AI was used they generated some AI for some pictures that appear at the end of the film.
Okay. Like in the credits or like just near the end of the film?
In the film. There's like a sequence at the end.
Got it.
And then apparently the production designer then went and altered them To what degree? No idea. They could be generated to give ideas, and then she did her entirely own thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The other AI was used on the Hungarian accents while speaking Hungarian. So when Adrian Brody is speaking Hungarian, they tweaked it. They've been very clear that they only tweaked it to make his accent on certain vowels sound better. And it's not a ton of the movie. They speak English most of the time.
Interesting.
I don't like it. But I will see.
Because that's affecting performance, man. That's interesting. Okay.
And it was, they've all talked about it. It was with the consent of the actors, and to me, I just don't like it. It's like, man, nobody would have noticed if he was like 95% there. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, our next category is Original Screenplay. The nominees are Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, and The Substance.
All right.
I don't know why I'm making it sound like a WWE intro.
We're gonna have to. We'll have to have a little discussion here. I'm putting 3 on Honora.
Okay.
I think Honora's winning, but I'm also putting my wild card here.
Ooh, fun.
The Substance.
Okay. This will be interesting.
Because for me, it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Those historically, the fact that it's been nominated as much as it has is amazing, and the fact that it's actually in contention on as many as it is, amazing. I think it has this weird outside shot of that being where they give it its flowers. Like,
okay, this is gonna be interesting because I have one as Honora, and my second choice is The Substance.
I don't know how to do this then. So,
I don't know because it has a shot. Like I don't know how outside of a shot it has.
The thing is it's not in the top 3 to win. From what
it's in my top 2. Like.
No, but what I'm saying is statistically speaking, like, because this thing is, I genuinely believe Honora, The Brutalist, and A Real Pain have a better shot.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
We'll keep talking, but give me 1 second.
Well, my take is the genre that I can't think of a single horror movie that has won in the last 50 years, other than like potentially The Exorcist, and I don't even know if that won.
Look. Silence of the Lambs, but that's not like.
But it's a thriller.
It is not the same. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it won is because it's a thriller. Like it's, and that's adapted screenplay too. You know, it's based on a known thing that people really like. So this is a quandary. I don't know where I would put it.
Give
without
me 1
that.
second. I'm looking at the current like odds, for. This is original, right?
Yes, it is original.
I mean, okay, it's the second choice. It's the second choice. It is not particularly close, but it is
changed since I looked at stuff.
It is the second choice.
Look, I'll leave it up to you. If you don't think it's a fair throw.
I don't think it is unfair. I just think it does make it complicated because that is my second choice. You know what I mean?
All right, I'll leave it up to you. If not, I have one to pivot it to that I will fight hard on.
Let's circle back when I get to my outside choice.
Okay.
We'll do that last and we'll make a final decision on it.
Yeah.
Because if everything else is like completely if everything else that we have going on is very different in our choices, then I think that gives it enough room for that to be.
Yeah.
But if everything else is so similar, then maybe that's a reason why we should switch that up.
Yeah. All right. Yep. That's fair. For me, it's a little bit of an emotional pick still that Honora is where I'm putting 3 points. Like he does certain things in that screenplay that should never work, shouldn't be a thing, and yet I love them. So anyway, for me, Honora, that's where I'm putting my 3.
Hell yeah. Okay. My top choice is Honora because it's like that's probably the thing that's going to win. But The Substance has a chance, man. It's a weird. It would be like there have been times where Oscars have made weird choices, and this does kind of feel like one of those. But I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. Because again, like Honora has. Sean Baker specifically is nominated in a lot of these categories, and that does feel like an Oscars thing to be like, oh well, you can't win everything, so I'm just going to vote for somebody else, like legitimately. Because Oscar voters are weird and they've got weird reasons to do things. Next up, we've got adapted screenplay. The nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing.
All right, what you got?
For mine, I've got Conclave.
Conclave as well. There are a lot of people really pulling for Nickel Boys, but the Academy is not one of not in that group apparently.
Yeah.
I have not seen Nickel Boys, but I've heard it's incredible.
Yeah.
But anyway, Conclave's got this one.
Yeah, that one feels like such a lock.
Yeah.
All right.
That is going to be where that movie gets its love, which is a thing people are also calling for.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Right.
Next one, we've got animated feature. The nominees are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot.
So I have a split. I split here.
So did I.
Okay, I split 2 on The Wild Robot, 1 on Flow.
Yep.
I have not seen Flow. I've heard it's incredible. I will probably watch it tonight as of recording this.
Which one is Flow? Is Flow the
Flow
Pixar?
Flow
okay.
it is zero dialogue about animals just trying to survive a flood.
Oh,
and it follows this cat. It looks spectacular.
Yeah.
I have heard nothing but incredible things.
Yeah.
Again, I will probably watch it because it just came to HBO, so I'll probably watch that tonight as of the day we record this.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it, but I think The Wild Robot is also Wild Robot was one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it's spectacular.
Yep.
So here's to hoping they get a little bit of love here.
Yep. I have been advised to give The Wild Robot some time before I watch it for things that have happened in my family recently. So I'm going to give that one a minute.
I'd give it a little bit. Yeah. Whoever gave you that advice was smart to give you that advice.
Yeah, his name is Spencer.
Me, I did. I told him to wait.
So yeah, animated feature number 1, Wild Robot. Number 2, Flow. All right, next up, here we go. We're in the big boys now. You're playing with the big boys now. Has anybody seen what's the freaking movie? Damn it, I can't. Oh God, never mind. Cut this.
Go.
Okay, for director, we've got Honora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbett, A Complete Unknown, James Mangold, Amelia Perez. I'm not pronouncing that person's name. And The Substance, I'm also Coralie Farge. I don't know.
Farge, I think, yeah.
Okay. Whew. All right. So those are our nominees. Who do you have, Spencer? Did I go first last time or did you?
I went first last time.
Okay, so
I'd say before we say our picks, though, Denis being off this list is criminal.
Yeah.
Unfathomably stupid.
Knock off the dude for Amelia Perez and put Denis in his place.
Honestly, you knock off that dude. Really good lineup here.
Hey,
really
you got a French person, or you can get a Canadian French person. We love a French Canadian.
I think Coralie Farge is French.
That's what I'm saying. Oh wait.
Yeah.
So wait, are they both French?
Oh yes. So is the Amelia Perez dude. Yeah. The French aren't real. They're just like the British. They're fake.
They're fake. My number 1 choice is Honora, and my number 2 is The Brutalist. So my 2-point choice is Honora, and my 1-point choice is The Brutalist.
For director, it is the exact same for me.
It's close, man. It's close.
I genuinely think Sean Baker's taken it, but the Brutalist does have a lot of love and a lot of, you know what I mean?
Love.
It's close. I personally,
and it feels so Oscars-y. You know what I mean,
dude? The fact that I don't just hard stop have it for more categories is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, but both would be very deserving. I just, again, there's this for the same thing for screenplay. There's certain things Sean Baker does as a director where like I am amazed it works, and it works perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I thought Honora was spectacular.
Yep.
So there we go.
There we go.
What's next?
Next up, we've got supporting actress. The nominees are Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. Who do you have, Spencer?
I should be giving it to Isabella Rossellini. She gives just a hard stop, one of the best performances of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm putting all three on Zoe Saldana.
Yeah. Saldana. I apologize.
I could be wrong, but I've heard it pronounced both ways. But that's what I've heard most recently, so I try to go off the last.
American white version is Saldana. The actual probably closer to real is Saldana, because it has an Enye, so it should probably be Saldana.
So I'm putting all three on her. She from everything I'm seeing, she's the favorite. She's won a bunch on this awards run.
I've got my choice is number 1 Zoe Saldana, and number 2 is Ariana Grande.
Dude, and I coming into this award season, I was all like, Ariana Grande's winning. This is her Oscar to lose. And then just some of this awards run, it's been Zoe Saldana kind of sweeping a little bit.
Yeah. And I don't have a great reason for why I'm picking Ariana Grande. It just like she is very close in the voting, like in terms of odds and things. She's very, very, very close.
And I would love it. I'd love it if she won. I thought she was spectacular in that movie.
Yeah.
I just think the Academy
when
Zoe
did the
Saldana
voting happen?
It started a couple days ago. Like the final voting started a couple days ago. Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting because like I think all the weird shit with Emilia Perez I think could have an effect on Zoe Saldana's luck.
Could, but I think she's handled it pretty well. Where she just came in and she's like, I don't support any of the shit they're saying.
Yeah.
She like hard stop went against it, and I think she is such a Hollywood darling.
Yeah, she's the queen of the $1 billion movie.
I mean, yeah, like it's
$1 billion franchise.
I think she's entering her point in her career where she will start doing more movies like this, more smaller movies, more weird movies.
She's got more money than God. Like,
yeah. By the $4 billion,
if she has any points on the back end from any of these movies she's in, she's a billionaire.
She still has who knows how many Avatar movies down the pipeline.
For real, that's what I'm saying, dog. Like.
And I would love to see her win. I love Zoe Saldana. This is a category where I kind of would just be a little bit happy for whoever won.
Yeah.
But I think Isabella Rossellini or Ariana Grande would be my personal picks. Like they're who I would vote for. Yeah. But I do think Zoe Saldana is going to take it. Yeah. Anyway.
And the next one is supporting actor. The nominees are, is it Yuri or is it Yura? I don't know. Let's go Yuri. Let's have some fun with it.
I believe it's Yuri.
Yuri Borazov from Anora, Kieran Culkin from A Real Pain, Edward Norton from A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce from The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong from The Apprentice.
I'm guessing both of us have the exact same pick here. Kieran Culkin for 3.
Yep.
This is me. I always say there's like in the acting categories, there's one hard stop lock, and there's usually one upset. This is the hard stop lock. Nobody's beating Kieran Culkin.
I do have my upset pick in this category. And it is a true upset, I believe. I have Guy Pearce for The Brutalist.
So I have seen this, but I will not contest this in any way because somebody told me that. Somebody was like, Guy Pearce is like, and I was like, not a chance in hell. So
like, it's not a chance.
I will not contest it anyway. But if there is an upset, Guy Pearce is taking this one.
But it's like, I don't even think he's the second choice. I think the second choice is Edward Norton.
It is.
And I think Guy Pearce is the upset.
Guy Pearce is third by like a margin, by like a really big, like, I won't contest that at all. I think that is that was legitimately, if my other one doesn't go through, that was one of my other options. So I won't contest that at all.
That's so funny. All right. We have been surprisingly close on this one.
I know. Very few different, and the ones that are different were still kind of similar.
Yeah. Like, I think the most different one we had was film editing, where like I had 2 and you had you split in a completely different way or didn't even split at all.
we both picked The Brutalist, but you put The Brutalist for 1 point, I put it for 2, and then we have different other picks.
Yeah.
Wild. It'll be an interesting year to see how this goes. We're usually very different.
Yeah, but last year specifically, we were very, very different last year.
Different.
And then you absolutely blew me out of the water.
It's what happens when you just lie awake at night considering these things.
When you do nothing else. Next up, we've got lead actress. The nominees are Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, whatever, from Emilia Perez, Mikey Madsen from Anora, Demi Moore from The Substance, and Fernanda Torres from I'm Still Here.
Who do you got?
I've got Demi Moore from The Substance.
For all three?
All three, baby.
Same. And this was the hardest one for me because they're not that far apart in the odds, but I think Demi Moore, one, very deserving. I think she's spectacular in the movie.
Yeah.
And Mikey Madison was my favorite performance of the year, I think.
I think Mikey Madsen's close, but
But I think she's gonna fall into that she's gonna have another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Demi Moore just had her Golden Globe speech was such a big push as an Oscar campaign.
Yeah.
And I would be super happy for her, and I would love to see a movie like this win an award this big.
Yeah.
For very selfish reasons of I want horror to be taken more seriously in these types of places.
Yeah.
I want Demi Moore to win. So Demi Moore, all three. I'm fully believing she's gonna take it.
Yep.
But if there is an upset and Mikey Madison wins, it's one of those ones where I'll just also be incredibly happy.
And that's not even an upset. You know what I mean?
No, it's just a deserving kind of
Yeah. Next up, we've got lead actor. The nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, and Dune, if you ask me.
I think it should have been Dune.
Yep. Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Rafe Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. What do you got?
So, couple things here before I reveal my picks. Sebastian Stan should have been nominated for A Different Man.
Yeah.
This feels like one of those years where an actor gave two really great performances, so they just kind of picked one.
It was Ryan Gosling for La La Land and for The Nice Guys.
Yep, exactly. Exactly that. And also, did Rafe Fiennes kill someone in an alley? And karmically, he's not allowed to win awards? Because the fact that he's not in contention for this is one of the most shocking things I've ever
It's because he hates the award shows. He hates them. And is very open about how much he dislikes them. And how he does not care.
Then. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah. No,
well,
but
good.
if I'm a Oscar voter, I'm where this is my entire life, I might be well, fuck you. I'm not going to vote for you. It's that feels very Golden Globes. I'm not wasting my time with the whatever foreign press or whatever. He's I'm not doing that. He's he's very open about he doesn't waste his time on these campaigns because he'd rather be working.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah. And I'm super, you know what? Great. It's just shocking to me because his performance is so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the category I feel the worst about.
Yeah.
I feel shitty about these picks. I don't know what to do. I'm putting 2 points on Adrian Brody and 1 point on Timothy Chalamet.
Me too.
I think Timothy Chalamet has had a much better Oscar campaign, but I think
he really has.
He's had an incredible Oscar campaign. It's insane. Yeah. And it's very much the type of performance and the type of movie to win these types of awards. I just think Adrian Brody's got a better shot.
Yeah. I think the one thing that makes it weird now for me, just now learning about the voice changing thing, that's,
Well, the cynic in me is going, well, that's why he's going to win, is because he shouldn't win because they used AI on a performance. Yeah. And yet... Yeah. That no one will take a real stand against these things.
Yeah. Who knows?
It sucks.
Yeah.
But anyway, his performance is spectacular. That is a very small part of his performance. It makes sense for him to win.
Yeah.
And The Brutalist is a very good movie. So it's, I don't know,
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. And you gotta vote for your face sake, not your namesake, but your face.
Yeah.
Sake.
My lookalike. Yeah.
Your lookalike. Your doppelganger.
Yeah.
I have literally the exact same choices for the exact same reasons. Yeah.
This is going to suck when we go on a great tear of being right, and then all the categories we split differently are just we're completely wrong in every way, both of us, and we just tie.
Yeah. And so last but not least, we've got Best Picture. The nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. All right. My top two. My number one choice, my 2 point choice, Anora. Okay. My second choice, my 1 point choice is The Brutalist.
Same thing.
Shit.
Now, here's what I'm saying. Here's where I forgot to add one rule. There is one rule that I think you and I have both agreed on, is that as long as it happens before the ceremony starts, you are allowed to change one category, whether that be splitting a pick, flipping a pick, or just changing an overall.
Did we do complete change? Because I thought it was just like either swapping picks or removing a second choice.
You know what? That is right. You are correct. You can either flip your split or remove your second choice.
And that makes more sense. It would be crazy to just completely move it. Like,
yes, I agree. Sorry, you are correct. That is correct. Here's my thought process here is that Anora has now won the DGA, the PGA, and the WGA big awards.
Yeah.
There's been one movie in the last 30 years who have done that and not won Best Picture, and it is Brokeback Mountain. One movie.
Yeah.
The Brutalist in every way is more of a best picture movie, quote unquote. Yeah. But man, Anora has caught the hearts and the minds.
And it doesn't have any controversy surrounding it.
Well, exactly. And I'll throw this out. And
or at least not much.
I'm wasting this as a potential, so I'll let you decide on which one you think is a better. I'm the cynic in me again is singing here of it got 13 nominations. My other wild card option would be that Emilia Perez takes Best Picture.
Yeah, I think is a good wild card. I'll
throw that out. That to me just feels like something that would happen.
Yeah,
because the Academy is the Academy.
Yeah. It's this year's Green Book.
It really is. Yes.
Yeah.
So that could happen. But yeah, two on Anora. The one that I look of this list, I want Dune 2 to win.
Yeah.
Because that's brilliant, and for some reason the Academy has not loved it in the way that they should. But yeah,
it's almost like they're stupid.
It's almost as if they're stupid.
It's almost like they don't know what they're doing. All right, man. Those are our picks. Shockingly similar. Similar. Only in a couple of categories did we maybe one did we just disagree, and then the rest of them either just are swapped or you have a first choice and I have a second choice.
I don't think there's a single one where me or you put all of it that somebody else split. I think we split in the same ones.
I think one. I don't remember which.
We'll see. It's just crazy.
Crazy town.
This is gonna be a very boring year in terms of the competitiveness until 3 categories come up, and
literally
then we're gonna be like, no.
Yeah, everything will be on those 3 categories, or who knows? Maybe Guy Pearce will take it for supporting.
Can you imagine if Guy Pearce takes it for supporting and then Emilia Perez wins Best Picture and we both just deadlock it?
What has anybody, when we've played this, we played with other people and stuff, has anybody ever tied?
Nope. We have never had a tie. At the very least, never had a tie for a winning, a first and second. Yeah, we may have tied somewhere down the line, but
second or third winners.
To be totally frank, the last couple years we've done this with other people. You and I are the only two who get remotely high scores at all.
Yeah. Just absolutely blow everybody else out of the water.
Yeah,
because everybody else is picking what they think or what they would choose rather than looking at Vegas odds I'm doing.
Yeah. You and me sitting there following stuff and being what's DraftKings saying?
Literally. Yes, that is actually one of my sources is DraftKings.
Yep. I had one pulled up that had a couple lined up where you could track it on your. I felt like a stockbroker. I was like,
I mean, dude, again, what I said last year is if you're putting money on this, you really want to make sure you know what you're talking about. So that's why I really like looking at Vegas odds, is because they're putting money down. They're taking this
putting
seriously.
It down. Yeah. All right. So that's our picks.
That's our picks.
You can make your picks. Reach out, send your ballots to us. We would love that.
I would love to see other people's ballots.
Yeah,
absolutely love that.
I think this method is so much more fun than just picking what you think will win, because it adds strategy. It adds contention to it. It's good. It's a great time.
Yeah.
B segment? Our B segment. I'm very excited because you're very excited.
we've got a visual game, baby. So let me get this up on the screen for us. We've got Framed Best Cinematography Edition. So I'm going to show you. I have 5 movies, and I've got 3 frames from each movie. So what you're going to have to do is choose or try to figure out if you can tell what movie this is based off of the frames. And these are all Best Cinematography winners throughout the year or throughout the years.
Defined throughout the years. If you just gone randomly, or is
you
it
have seen every single one of these movies?
Okay, that would be my big,
Yeah, you've seen every single one of these movies.
I love Framed. You were going to be so much meaner to me than the algorithm on the game, I think.
I am not going to be meaner.
Okay.
Every single one of these, the third frame is basically the poster of the movie. So,
sick.
I think you'll do well.
We'll see how this goes. This is exciting. This
I
is
don't
a
think
great
there's
game.
any
I'm
you're
super-
not going to get. I just want to see
super
how
amped for
early you
this.
can get it. Are you ready for the first one?
Let's do it.
This is movie one.
The Revenant.
No, good guess.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay, next one. Oh, fuck. Oh, All Quiet on the Western Front?
You are correct. It is
Okay.
All Quiet on the Western Front. I mean, like, look, this is the poster of the movie. Like,
Yeah, you see why I said The Revenant, though, right? Like, that is a good
100%.
guess.
That was a very good guess. Okay. And you are correct. All Quiet on the Western Front. Winner, James Friend. On to the next movie. Are you
What
ready?
a great looking movie, by the way. Like,
gorgeous.
holy shit.
That movie's incredible. Like, that
It
movie
really
is
is.
incredible. All right. Next one.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to lean in. I have no clue on this one. Hold
Yeah.
on. Give me a picture.
Here's frame two.
Is this Road to Perdition?
It is Road to Perdition. You are correct. Again, poster
I
of
would
the
have gotten
movie.
it right there.
Poster of the movie, baby.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Another phenomenal looking movie.
Conrad Hall winning posthumously after this movie.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I saw that on when I was doing my research. I saw that it was a posthumous win. So shout out to Conrad Hall, an absolute cinematography legend. Are you ready for the next one?
I absolutely am. Let's do it. Oh, shit. Okay. Now, is this one The Revenant?
Yes. You son of a gun. I was like, you said The Revenant. I was like, well, it was a good guess for later. It is indeed The Revenant. This is a frame two, and this is your third frame. Again, yeah, like you would have gotten it by this one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chivo, Emmanuel Lubezki, absolutely phenomenally gorgeous. And it's funny. So I was going through Shot Deck and looking through all of the frames. It is funny how many of the frames are just an incredibly wide angle close up of. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go. An incredibly wide angle close up of Leonardo DiCaprio. That's
By the way,
half
the
of movie.
next one's Pan's Labyrinth, right?
God, yes.
Here's the thing you have to understand about me. I've gotten so good at this that sometimes, like, I'll be at my parents' and they'll be watching a movie in another room. I'll poke my head in and be like, "You're watching Dear John," and then I'll just leave, and they're like, "What do you mean?"
I struggled to decide which one I wanted to make frame one and frame two. Would you have gotten it with this frame?
Yes, I absolutely would. I love Pan's Labyrinth. Like, I just adore that movie.
Yeah,
I adore.
I mean,
I'm Captain Sled of the Spooky Boys.
Yeah,
What are we
true.
talking about? Like,
and I knew this would be an easy one for you. I was like, I was trying to make it difficult because I was like, I don't remember this shot from this movie, so I'm just going to put this one in here. Guillermo Navarro, shout out to Guillermo. We love it. All right, next movie.
The Fablemans.
No, good guess. I don't think that one's best cinematography.
I could not remember. Throw me the next one. What's? Oh shit! I don't. Yeah, next. I don't know this one.
Ooh, this is the first one you haven't gotten either on the first frame or the second frame. You'll get it on this one.
Oh, Hugo.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen Hugo. That's a wake up call. I got to rewatch Hugo. I have not seen that since I was in like middle school, right after it came out.
I like that movie, man. Shout out Robert Richardson, absolutely gorgeous. We love Robert Richardson. He's got such such a very specific style where it's like none of his movies look exactly the same, but man, you know it's a Robert Richardson movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Hugo's a great one. I've seen that one several times. Like I think it's of Scorsese movies outside of maybe Goodfellas, maybe the one I've seen the most, which is weird.
Yeah, well, I remember thinking it was good. It was never like my favorite thing, but I will have to.
It's great. I really love that movie. So yeah, that was it. That was the game. You knocked it out of the freaking park.
I've seen a lot of movies, and I as much as I have like, I'm bad at certain types of recall. Like if you asked me what's a movie, gave me a vague description. Terrible. Have you seen that guy on TikTok that does that where he like talks about a movie in the most abstract way but gives the plot?
Oh yeah.
And it's never what you think it is.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at those games.
That's a game I wanted to try was like it's like r/explain movies bad or something like that and seeing if you could. That's going to be a game in the future for sure.
I'm super into it. I'm terrible at those games, but I'm super into it. Yeah. Good game. I like the visual components.
Oh, me too. That was so fun when we had Jared on and we did the eBay like listings. That was super fun.
Yeah.
So I've got some other games cooking kind of like that, where it's a little bit more visual.
Good stuff. Well, this is going to be a really interesting year Oscar-wise. I invited some friends of ours. I invited Kylie and Jacob to play.
Yeah.
So I will get them the rules and stuff soon. So we'll add them whenever they give their picks. We'll add them to the spreadsheet so we can have a big fun time.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
This has been great. A great first episode for Silver Screen Psyche.
Before we wrap up, do we want to do recommendations?
We absolutely do. I completely forgot about recommendations.
What's wrong with you?
You go first.
Completely random, but Mythbusters. Man, I've been watching so much Mythbusters recently. It's on YouTube. They've got like a few seasons on YouTube. It's from the like official Mythbusters channel, so it's not like just pirated on there. Man, that show is so good. That is so much of my childhood was spent watching Mythbusters and like really finding an appreciation for like science and for that kind of like the scientific method, but also like explosions and movie making practices. Like it's so funny watching it now, like obviously like how much time I've spent on sets and stuff, and to be like, man, they used apple boxes for everything.
Yeah.
Apple boxes are everywhere in that show. Apple boxes, C-stands, combo stands. Like there's so many where it's like, oh, that is super literally just filmmaking equipment that they're using to do these experiments with, which is so funny. And then like along with that, I would say Adam Savage's Tested on YouTube, one of my absolute favorite channels. Listening to Adam not only talk about his days on Mythbusters, but all of like watching him do his one-day builds has really been really inspiring in terms of like not only like in my most recent prop making, I decided to make my father's ducal signet. I 3D printed it and painted it and yeah, so I've been getting into that kind of stuff recently, doing a little bit of prop making stuff, but also just like his ideas on creation and creativity. I love him. I love Adam Savage.
Yeah.
I love Mythbusters. Go watch some Mythbusters again if you haven't seen it in a while. It's good shit. And then also go watch some Tested.
My favorite episode of Tested, maybe. I've not watched nearly as many as you, but the one when that high school sends him pieces of the Alien prop from Alien, the stage play.
Yeah.
And he's comparing it to his own, and he just has this great, like, this boils down movie prop making to me perfectly. He has the thing where he's like, look, when you're this close, when you're this close, it doesn't look great, but from back here, it perfect. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. And to me, that's movie prop making. Like it's all this great magic trick and illusion, and
it's incredible how detailed it is now. Though it is incredible how.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying there people aren't doing incredible detail work, but it's like it's just amazing.
That definitely used to be the way though. Is
like
that like,
this is all it is? It's just here to here, and it sells completely.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Practical effects are my favorite thing. And Mythbusters was my babysitter a lot of summers.
Damn straight, baby.
And I loved it. I miss Mythbusters deeply. I'm probably going to track it down and watch some episodes now.
Yeah. It's got like literally like all of seasons like 4, 5, and 6 or something. Like, or at least most of them. And oh man, I've just been absolutely falling down that rabbit hole.
Hell yes. I guess for my recommendation, first, watch the movies nominated for Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the thing that I actually like about the Oscars is that it does bring some level of attention to some of these movies that are like, they're not the real underground movies, but not your dad's not going to see Conclave. You know what I mean? Like,
they're not seeing
like
The Brutalist.
It's like, it whatever it throws towards these really good, great movies every year.
Sing Sing.
Yeah, it's like...
That's a movie that should be seen. Like...
Absolutely. Nickel Boy, like a lot of these movies, like, look, everyone saw Wicked, everybody saw Dune Part 2. Still watch those movies, still support those movies, but I watch the Oscar movies because I think the thing that's great about award season is the attention put on some movies that would not normally be commercially successful.
100% agree.
So there's that. But then just to throw out another one that's in theaters, starring with a great cast overall, and is just a bunch of fun, Companion with Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. I love when an original idea comes out and does well, and it's been doing well. So between that and Hard Eyes, they're two really fun horror movies in theaters right now. Go check those out. And they're just a total blast with a lot of, specifically Companion has a lot of fun thematic stuff going. Well made, well acted. Go see these movies. They're great.
Yeah.
Support original film. For as much as people make fun of like the January, February time of movie releases, a lot of original stuff comes out.
Damn straight.
So support those things. They're great. And I will be seeing Paddington in Peru soon. So that'll probably be the next recommendation.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. So
That's Silver Screen Psyche.
you've got a ton of movies to watch, all the Oscar movies,
A game to play.
A game to play. And every season of Mythbusters to watch and a bunch of Adam Savage tested, all good stuff. So go watch all of those things. Or don't. I don't know, man. Live your life.